Hey everyone, how's it going? Fahad, Farook here. So, I'm going to talk about something called the Homo Sapiens short term memory phenomenon. You might have seen this or experienced it yourself. During lockdown and curfew and stuff like that, we had two thinking tracks. One track was the pressure track. What will happen to my job? What about my income sources? What's my stability going to look like? And stuff like that. That's one track. The other track was the realization track, where we saw that, I get to spend more time doing things I love. Nature has time to heal. Human beings are the real virus. This is how we should be living. I'm going to buy my vegetables from the smaller vendors and stuff like that, right? So we had all these realizations and we decided that this was a better way of living, largely. And we decided that there were certain aspects of our life that we were going to change. Now, what happens is, over time, with the lockdown easing up, our life kind of goes back to normal and we're moving now. And now we've come to a place where these realizations aren't sort of peak priority anymore, because now when we're here, we have other things pulling our attention into different areas. Now, does that mean that these things are not as important? Does that mean that these things are irrelevant? They're actually not, but our brain processes it in a way like, yeah, those things are important, but right now I have other things to focus on. And we assume that we will have time to allocate for these things, when in reality that time is never coming, right? So how our mind works is in the form of a spotlight. Imagine you're always in the dark, and then wherever you flash that spotlight or flashlight is what you see. Now, when we were in lockdown and there were lots of things pulling our attention, like here, we had a chance to sit and simmer and wonder and all of those things. And the spotlight was focused on how we'd like to live. Not how we'd like to spend our life, but how we'd like to live. And in this time, we had realizations, and these realizations made sense then. Now, like I said earlier, as we get pulled along this journey, this aspect of, yes, I still like to live like this, more simpler, more focus on nature, more time in with my relationships and appreciating stuff, all of that. But now, I want to do those things, but these things are pulling my attention. And the spotlight is not being focused by us, right? These external things are saying, hey, look at me, hey, look at me, hey, look at me, hey, look at me, all of these things. And these are pulls, when in reality, what we wanted to focus on might have changed, might not have changed, but those things are here. Now, what you're supposed to do, honestly, guys, I think that the answer is not to, hey, remember those things and focus on them, but the answer is to constantly evaluate. Right? Do these things that I came up with realizations, were they those extreme circumstances, or do they still make sense to me? These things make sense, yes, but I don't have enough privilege, opportunity to live my life this way. In reality, I have to work and do stuff like that. So you need to figure out how you can adapt these things to your actual reality. It's like saying the best kind of diet is a diet that you can stick to, a sustainable, not an extreme diet. So the short-term memory phenomenon is the thing where, like, okay, this is the thing, this is how we should live, we should spend more time doing all of these things, etc. Yes, but now this is how life is. I want to do this, but I don't have the time. And we perceive that the amount of importance or the circumstances that highlighted these things, they sort of are applicable, but I don't really have the time. So my question to you is, ask yourself why you came to those realizations. There was a reason, if it seemed important, and ask yourself how you can make those reasons applicable now. Because if you thought you should spend more time with family, if you thought that you should spend more time doing things more sustainably, if you thought that you should spend more time investing in yourself, then I guess those things are important to you, right? And of course your job is essential and stuff, but if these things are pulling your attention too much away from how you'd like to live, then maybe you need to think about a way to change.